Have your car now beep at you. That's a new thing. But back in the day, it was click it or ticket. Now it's if you don't click it, our cars are just gonna like beep at you every 5-10 seconds. That's your belt is not buckled.
Oh, you walked away? I'm gonna beep at you.
Right?
Your dicks. Who did that? Who said? No. I get why. I get why, but all in the same. Like, can you just like? Can it vibrate to let me know? I think that would be a better feature. I'm just saying.
Put it out there.
Right. We have. Fuck, man. God damn it. We'll talk about it here in a second.
Y'all know what's going on.
I get those goosebumps every time. I need the hype. Throw that to the side.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Snobby Boy Podcast. I'm your host, Colby. It's Joe over to my right. Fucking shit, man. Fucking shit.
What a day. Began with a little bit of hope and not so much after
Thank you,
after the match was over. But there are some positives to take away from today's events. So,
sure,
we'll go with that.
Oh, God.
Steve, what up? Chad,
what's up?
Good looking out, man. Colby murders these clips that he puts together for us with the intros and the music and all that stuff. Yeah.
Apparently, I copy people.
Okay.
And I'm toxic. I'm the most toxic.
Bro. Okay.
I'm the most toxic.
There's said folks were referencing put out a new t-shirt, and that shit is straight ripped from a copywritten company's logo. Exact same thing. And threw it on a shirt. But you What's that?
Are you talking about the hot sauce?
No.
Oh,
they put out a new shirt, and
yeah, I just what I said. They put
not the hot sauce though.
Oh, okay. That was. I'm not even going to say it because it's just too obvious. Anyways, yes. All right. Waffling over.
It's going to be like that tonight.
It's going to be like that tonight. No, but before we get too far, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. Make sure you hit the all so you know when the fuck we're going on. Also, make sure you're following us on social media at Snobby Pod. We'd really appreciate it if you're not already. Steve, I have a question for you. Sorry, I was reading your comment. I have a question for you. Are you Northern _ on X? If you are, give me a thumbs up. Because I'm gonna blast your inbox until you buy the damn shirt. I'm gonna do it. If that's not you, right? No. 2 minutes in, getting shirty already. That's right. Yeah, we are. Obviously, today's result was far and away from anything anybody wanted. We'll delve into that quite a bit, I think. Yeah.
Yes, that's what we're going to be discussing first this afternoon, evening, late night, whatever it might be, wherever you are. We will be dissecting the Real Madrid loss in detail. That right there. That. Then we will do our usual recap of what's going on in the City world off of the pitch.
You did?
Not a whole lot between Monday and Tuesday. Mostly some rumor mill stuff popping up that we'll discuss with you guys. And then we'll wrap up with a little bro time and a little bit of chatting time with you guys in the comments. So that is what we will be rolling through this evening. Big news to start off with the Madrid match was the fact that Erling Haaland was not available due to the knee injury that he picked up over the weekend at the very end of the match. Thought he was going to be okay. Apparently, he did some training with the team yesterday. Didn't look great. And then he told Pep this morning that it just didn't feel right, and he didn't want to push it. So he was not available, which meant Marmoush was leading the line. But Diaz back, Ake back. Unfortunately, had to come in early for Stones, who is now going to be on the shelf probably for a while. And Jack was obviously back in training as so far. So getting some guys back, but at the same time, continuing the same cycle of we get guys back, then other guys go out. We get guys back, and then somebody else gets hurt. So this apparently is going to be the theme of the season. So the biggest thing that we saw with the lineup was Haaland not available, but we got to see three of our big signings all starting an away Champions League match at the Bernabeu. So Nico starts in the 6. Kushinov starts out wide on the right.
I have no email from you at all, bruv. None at all. I even went to my all emails. I might have to go check the spams. Let me check the spams. Sorry.
You're good. We're gonna get that sorted out. And then Marmoush, obviously, we talked about was leading the line, so we got to see 3 of the new signings in there, rocking it out. It was really interesting and wanted to see where Kushinov was going to line up at the beginning with Stones there, because usually that's a spot where Stones will typically line up when we have all those center backs healthy. But it was Kushinov that was taking the right side of the defense in a position he has never played before in a match professionally. So, man, and to have to be going against the likes of Vinicius Jr. all game. All things considered, man, like that's one of the positives. Steve put positive with a question mark earlier. I think that's a massive positive. That kid is a baller and acquitted himself extremely nicely. So I was super impressed by him. Colby?
Yes. Kushinov is he. There is a particular moment early in the first half where my head exploded with how impressed I was with his work rate, his work ethic, especially for somebody his age. We'll get in that in a little bit. But yes, that was weird, to be honest, having him there. I totally get, though, why he was chosen over Rico or Nunez, because suffice it to say, the legs on Kushinov,
that dude is fucking fast. Holy shit.
Dude, he fucking runs like a goddamn horse. Just woof, woof, woof.
And he had steps on him and was past him, and he hawked him.
Yeah, this was 2 years ago, Kyle Walker.
Yes.
But maybe a little bit better.
That recovery run very much reminded me of what Kyle used to do.
Yes.
That was impressive. And for the goals, man, like none of them were
of course he was. They don't have anything better to do.
Lord have mercy.
God bless.
It was our veteran guys that let us down in the defense. Like Ruben got cooked by Mbappe twice for goals. and none, and then
Guardiola was human as fuck today.
Ake let Phil go out and close down Mbappe for the third one instead of being, you're the defender, bro. You go close him down. And then when Phil forced him back inside, which is what you're supposed to do because you're supposed to have help there, he's drifting back behind Phil. That's not where you're supposed to be, bro. Like, what are we doing? That was like, they like to say, schoolboy defending. Yeah, but it was not the young guys. Nico had a couple of nervy moments. It's harder, I think, in that midfield where you got all those guys around you and you're not getting a whole lot of help from the rest of your guys to be consistent. He looked really good at times. There were other times where it was a little difficult for him. But man, it wasn't the young guys that cost us today. It was our veterans that you would expect not to make the mental errors.
Yeah, that part. Nico got his first nod though, so that was cool.
Great follow up. That free kick from Marmoush was an absolute missile. Unfortunately, it hit the crossbar, but Nico timed it nicely. Followed up, crashed the net, cleaned up the trash, and was in the spot for an easy tap in for his first City goal. So that's a great thing.
Yeah,
I don't think we can undersell how important the experience of playing there and being successful at times for Nico and for Kushyanov is. Marmoush has played a lot more first team football, so I don't think that still a big experience for him because going from Frankfurt in the Europa League to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu,
right.
Big step up. But that experience, even though we lost and we're out of the Champions League at this point, that experience that they got was, dude, that for as soon as Colby sent me the lineup, Steve, and I saw that he was in there, I that was the first thing I said to him was, "Oh, Gundo in there again."
I really want to know what the favoritism
but maybe he wasn't ready.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
I do. I want to know what the favoritism is there because honestly, that could have been Kovacic.
That's what I said to Zach was I would have preferred Kova in that spot, but maybe he's not ready for a full 75 minutes or something. I don't know.
Sure.
I would like to know the reasoning.
We also didn't even see the services of Kev. There's a part of me, Joe, that feels like with the way this match went, Pep, there's a feeling inside of me that Pep said, just fuck off.
I think that's exactly what happened, considering who we play on Sunday and who we play midweek. And the fact that the Premier League is taking far more importance and the FA Cup is taking far more importance for our squad at this point, I think he was saving some of his bullets for Liverpool and then for Tottenham midweek. So especially with going down 2 goals in the first half, I think it was like, you know what, I was gonna bring you on, but I'm gonna give you the time off and let you get even more rest so you're ready for the bigger, weird to say, the bigger matchup on Sunday.
It is weird to say. Well, it's not. I totally get it. It's just weird that they get to sit in that first round bye scenario in this competition, and then they played midweek. Then they played midweek. Thank God they fucking dropped points. I told you that this was in the cards, though. I told you this was in the cards. They had the opportunity, they had the chance of dropping points before the end of the season, and thank the fuck they did today. But that's on some other shit we'll get to later. Suffice it to say, y'all, Real Madrid dressed their best. They wanted to win.
They clearly wanted it more than we did, for sure. You can see the energy level was different for their guys. The intensity level was different for their guys when they'd make a big play or anything like that. You could see it. There's only a couple of guys that I could point to that had any kind of energy on the pitch. And 2 of them are younger guys, was Kushyanov and Nico. Nico was getting real feisty.
Bernie in a way, but he was just did nothing. He did a lot of nothing.
Right. So you could tell it meant more to them than it did to us right now. And honestly, I understand. I kind of understand
16, it. If I see a 16 on that fucking patch next year, I'm gonna be looking at us and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck, we did that."
We can say we lost to the champions, and if they win again,
Yeah, but like kind
it
of the
took the
conversation,
champions to put us out.
kind of the conversation though we were talking about with the format of this tournament and how like we're in the middle round and we're climbing the biggest mountain there and not at the end.
And not even into the quarterfinals.
No, dude. Like this is. I'm just like, I don't know. There's so many things in my mind that happened. Like, yeah, they were faster, more physical, and they wanted it. Yeah, absolutely, Chad. That's exactly it. They did. But here's the thing. We also have walked in to the last couple of aside from Newcastle, the last couple of matches in other competitions, and we've played. We played with like the tank is on a quarter, and we're having to conserve that much gas for like 200 miles, which is impossible unless you
It looks like at times, yeah, right. It looks like at times that they're trying, like you said, kind of conserving what little energy they have just to get through the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Instead of like, because we normally in the past we'd have a switch we could turn, and you could see the competitiveness ramp up, you could see the energy level change, but they just don't have that this year, considering everything that's gone on. And I think that's normal for well, Pep has mentioned this on a regular basis. What we were doing before was not normal. Everybody thinks that that's our normal now, is winning trophies constantly.
Right.
6 out of 7 Premier League trophies, a Champions League in there, an FA Cup, and like all these things. That's not normal for any sport. If you look across any sports across the globe, you don't see this level of dominance for this long of a time. It's just not normal.
Well, unless you're like, the New England Patriots or
Well, even them, it's different, completely different thing because they're playing
the amount of sport they are playing within a fiscal year. Yeah.
Yes.
Different.
Yeah. But like, so
different.
what we're going through now is a normal thing. So everybody's got to understand. Folks in here that hang out with us get it because they're normal folks and they understand. But the knobs on the internet just do not understand. Like we're not entitled to win trophies every season. And I think it might have been Bernie that might have said it recently about how right now people maybe might not appreciate the level that we've been at for so long because we're in it. But when you 10 years down the road, when you look back and think about everything that they accomplished in such a short but long kind of time frame, is absolutely incredible what we have been able to witness the last 7-8 years. So we were due for a humbling, if you will, experience in a down season. So it's going to happen.
Yeah, it still hurts the gut. I totally get it, y'all, because it hurts my gut.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really just for the best. I mean,
blessing in disguise.
It is a blessing in disguise, truthfully.
They'll get a week off in between matches going forward pretty much the rest of the season, which will much needed for these guys.
It does. Just saying.
You're not wrong,
man. Listen, man. I don't want to be on high blood pressure medicine my whole fucking life. All right.
Yes, I think the fans also will be happy with one game a week instead of one every 3 days.
Facts. Let's talk into some the key talking points and finers of the match. Walking into this, for me at least, press was absolutely vital. And we like letting the counter beat us. I mean, that's been the story of the whole season. Can't let the counter beat us, but it did immediately. And Diaz tried to head it away. It was a complete mental error on him that cost us that first goal, and it was in part because of the aforementioned. Like we came
no pressure on the ball whatsoever.
No pressure on the ball. We came out lazy. I mean, even from kickoff, man, it was just like zero urgency, zero pep, zero.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, and for Diaz and Stones, like you can't. That's Kylian Mbappe. He's a World Cup winner. He's a fantastic footballer. You can't give him that much space to just be able to turn and run at you. You know he's got more pace than both of you. So to counteract that, you got to be closer and tighter to him so you can bump him a little bit. You can grab him a little bit to slow him down to give you time to get in front of him. Then he's trying to get around you. He's slowed down. He can't just get a full head of steam. So we can't be giving him 5 yards of space between the two center backs just to run into. But kudos to the center back. Like that was a fantastic, perfectly placed ball with the right amount of backspin, so it landed right in his path. So great ball, but we poor defending all around from the front all the way to the back. So it was a collective issue, like you said. So not going to single out Rubin, who knew he should have done better, but he didn't get a lot of help from the people in front of him.
No, he didn't. But that goal still was on him.
Yes,
it will definitely be put on him, not just by us, but by everybody. So, Stones right after that, fucking 5 minutes.
As soon as the first goal goes in like that, and then immediately Stones going down with an injury without a whole lot of contact, I knew what the rest of the day was gonna.
Oh yeah,
what's gonna entail for us at that point?
Oh, yeah.
It was a bad omen right from the get go.
Yep. And then there's another part of the first half that happened just right after this. I have to give Kush. We said something about it a little bit earlier, but I got to give Kush his flowers because when he missed that header to reset and still managed to head it out with him being on Vinny, like he has work ethic that his work ethic is better than everybody else's right now. That's what I'm saying. He wanted it more than the other 10 people on the pitch that wore our color.
Huge positive. I wish everybody else was up with him, but seeing what we got from him,
yeah,
I couldn't be more happy for him and for the performance because people were giving him so much crap after that first 50-minute outing that he had against Chelsea, where he had a couple of boo-boos early on. I mean, you might not be wrong. So
it must have been juicy.
Just saying.
Yeah, there was a part. I don't remember exactly what minute because I didn't put it in the notes, but like I literally, it was right after. Was it the second Vinny goal or the second Mbappe goal?
Probably.
Yep, probably that one. I definitely said, "Hey Siri, play Shook Ones by Mobb Deep," because that's literally how he played after that first goal. It was the first goal, not the second goal.
Yeah.
Oh my
god! No response. No response at all from the boys. It's continuing a pattern of when things go wrong, everybody's body language just shifts, and they all expect everything to go wrong at that point. So,
I mean, here's the question that we brought up right at the beginning, Steve, is like, do you put Rico in or you put Nunez as? I don't think either one of those is going to have the legs to go up against Vinny. Kush has the legs to go up against Vinny and showed that. There wasn't much option.
The only other thing that I thought was maybe he was going to start Ake and push Johnny out.
Maybe.
That's probably the only other option because in this type of game, Rico and Nunez just are not options. So, considering Pep's choices with Gundo, I kind of felt like he might have done what he usually does in these situations and trusts his more veteran guys with experience. So I thought he might do that, but like you said, really glad that he gave Kushinov the nod and let him sink or swim, and he sure swam.
Still, I mean, I totally understand having all the senior guys out there. Cush's form has just been better than the other two options that were there. 3, if you want to tailor an Ake to that.
Well, we're going to see a lot more of him. We're going to see a lot more of Kushinov now that Akanji's out. Stonesy's probably out for a while.
Yeah.
And Ake seems to be in a similar boat where he's constantly battling something. So I think we're going to see a lot of him and Ruben together going forward.
For sure. Before the half close, there was one thing that the commentators over here got right. And I agreed with for once. And it was that we were slow. Very, very slow. Dude, it was sloth-like.
Physically moving and the ball
down a wall faster than we did.
The legs and the speed of play is both. It's them running, but also the speed of play. It was pass, take a touch. In Real Madrid, it wasn't like they were pressing us like crazy.
They weren't. They just knew how to cut our lanes down way better than we could cut theirs.
Right. So they didn't really press the person with the ball. They were playing passing lanes, and we would just take a touch, and then wait, and then take a pass. And a lot of that has to do with something I texted you. Didn't put in the notes, but I knew I was going to say it. Was previous iterations of City, guys were scanning nonstop. If you look at Messi when he plays, his head doesn't stop for more than a second at a time. He's always looking, so he knows where everybody is on his team and the other team. So he's able to pick out passes. He's able to find the spaces after he's passed the ball to go make a run into. And right now, we are not doing that. Guys are either have their head down looking at the ball, or they're only looking one direction. They're not looking all around, and that to me speaks of very tired mentally. Their minds are just mush right now, it seems like, because they're not scanning ahead. There's a couple of times where Phil picked the ball up and didn't even look at other people. He was only looking one direction, took a touch, looked around, and just passed it back. There was no peek over my shoulder to see if there's a forward pass I could make. It was like, I'm just going to take a touch and pass it back to somebody else. So we're back again with this dude.
Yeah.
Whatever. So it's frustrating to see like the little details being missed by guys who are usually so sharp. But at the same time, it's much like we've said before. I don't want to slag on them too hard because of how much football they played. They're humans. They have other things going on besides football, and I'm sure lots of stuff is going on for folks, Pep included, which is why he's probably not been at his best this season with selections and tactical decisions and substitutions, all that kind of stuff, because they're humans. They're going through shit. When you're having a difficult time at home or feeling stressed or depressed or anxious, typically your work tends to suffer at times for most folks. There are some people that it's the opposite and they just dive into work and they keep doing it. But
yeah, you are.
Yes, you are. But so yeah, I try to give grace as much as possible because I know I struggled with stuff and I know it impacts my day-to-day routines and everything. So to go out and expect these guys to perform to their top tier when they're dealing with everything that's going on, I get it. I understand why it sucks as fans watching it and watching them go through it, but I get why. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was probably the only time the whole match on our side, because I know Steve has got a different set of commentators than we do. But that's pretty much the only time that I agreed with anything they said, because the rest of the match, they spent their entire commentating time on Paramount Plus just slurping Real Madrid's nuts the entire time.
Literally, they were asking
every
5 seconds.
Even
Micah was this fucking close.
Yeah,
to getting me to say, fuck you, dude. Like,
it was awful on our side because it was just Real Madrid's the greatest thing on the planet. They're amazing. City shit. They're awesome. I was like,
Listen,
I'm tired of hearing you guys just say the same shit, just a different way to praise Real Madrid and their players.
yeah, yeah, all that and this. It's a blessing in disguise at this point. We said it just a little bit ago. We're going to have time off. We're not going to have to put as much pressure on ourselves. There was a comment about Club World Cup. Listen, I hope we fucking toss that one too, because Club World Cups just seems like a fucking stupid fucking competition. Yeah, it's cool that we got to wear the badge over this past season because we won it 2 years ago.
But that has made sense though, because it was like 2 or 3 games maximum. This is a whole different scenario that we're going into this summer.
And I don't want that full that.
Yes,
that
is correct. We all are aware.
We know if
we watched it too.
Yeah, we're not stupid. We're also not happy clappers all the time. So, is this what you do? Is you go into other teams' chat rooms just to make yourself feel better? Is that because that's a common thing that happens on the internet? It's kind of weird too. Just throwing that out there. What were we talking about? Sorry.
We got to halftime of the match.
Got to halftime, yeah. All right.
Well, second half was not a whole lot of anything happening.
Infuriating play.
Mbappe scored again.
Yep.
And then at the end, the last kick there, towards the end of almost the last kick, Marmoush gets that free kick, puts it against the crossbar, and Nico's able to follow it up. So it was just more of the same second half. It was very tough to watch. They got the Olays out pretty quick, and our guys just were not interested in chasing hardly at all. So that's what we usually do to other teams. So getting that thrown in our face a little bit stung, but got to take it on the chin. They earned that right by kicking our ass over the course of 2 legs. Yep. But use this as fuel, because this is when this kind of thing happens with our kids. It's do you like feeling like this? And if the answer is no, then okay, we're not going to cry about it. We're not going to whine about it. We're going to use this as fuel and motivation to make sure we don't feel like this again. So what are we going to do? How are we going to fix this? What do we need to do differently next time? So it should be more of the same for our guys. You don't like getting the ball knocked around and having to chase the ball constantly? Then we got to do better. Simple as that. To a person, every person out there has to look at themselves in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm not happy about how this went down. I didn't like that. This isn't going to happen on Sunday. I hope that's the message that the captains are giving out to the rest of them.
Big facts.
Because we're done with the Champions League at this point. That result we cannot let this carry over and performance carry over into the more important Premier League matches that we have coming up.
Especially this fucking weekend and midweek.
Yeah. So big ones coming, and we need these points to keep in Champions League positions for next year, because at this point that's what it is. It's maintain top 4 and give a run at the FA Cup. That's what we got to do at this point. And if we're able to do those 2 things, even if we don't win the FA Cup, if we can get to the final and keep in Champions League positions, considering everything that's gone down, I won't say a successful season, because that's not our standard at this point. Trophies is the standard, at least one. But I think there's room to build going into next year, regardless, because there's a lot of new guys coming in, a lot of changes going to be happening.
There's still a lot of acclimation that still needs to happen.
Yeah, that's if you look at the 2 lineups today. 3 new guys that have been here less than a month. Savinho, who's still getting his feet wet here. This is his first season with City. So 4 of your 10 outfield players are fairly new and fresh going into the Bernabeu. No Kevin, no Haaland, no Rodri. That's a tough ask. So you hope that the performance would have been better, but you look at the two lineups, and on paper, it wasn't really close with what they had on, especially with Rudiger coming back and solidifying their back line a little bit more and allowing Tchouaméni, who was fantastic in the midfield, to play in his more natural holding role. So there are things to take from it, and we just have to learn and improve it. But the biggest thing, like I said, is we cannot let the performance results carry over like we've had happen in the past. We got to get a little more mentally tough at this point and say Premier League, that's our focus at this point, which is great because we get to take a break midweek going forward. And normally this week we don't get a break because we got Tottenham away or home. I don't remember which one it was, but we have Tottenham. That's what I thought. Okay. I was right the first time. I second guessed myself.
Yep.
So
on the whole,
that was fucking embarrassing.
And we'll just leave that there.
Turn that up to 11, Roy.
Right. Right.
If I would have got on this bitch and you would have been in your Roy Kent wig, I would have lost my mind.
I should have. This opportunity.
Oh well.
No shit, Steve. Thong slippers at that too.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. Yeah.
Was that the Prep H? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh my God. On the whole, I do agree that Preparation H feels good. On the whole. Little Austin Powers there for everybody if you are not picking up what we're stepping in.
Yeah, that part. Oh my God. All right. We're not going to bang the drum anymore. Champions League is over. Let's move on. FA Cup is still in front of us. Premier League is still in front of us. Obviously, there's nothing guaranteed within a competition. Look to next season. Forget about the summer. Club World Cup is fucking...
Whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens. And in all fairness, and these kits that they got us in that doesn't have an ounce of blue in it, I'm okay if they get kicked out as quick as possible so that we can focus on summer transfer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then we can go into next season and reset and start over. That is...
We go again.
We go again. We're going to take a little break, come back. We're going to talk about what's going on with City as far as news and all that good shit. So we'll wrap out with you about that here in a second.
Shake it, but the don't turn up the switch up.
Make sure you go and pick up the original bullshit t-shirt from us at the Snobby Boys. Not whoever this Frank fuck who stole my design.
Huh.
Yeah. So
The rumor mill was churning and turning this week, huh?
Hold up. Wait a minute. We're going to stop our regular program because I don't like that word and it being used towards people that I know or that I give a shit about. So I want to know what the fuck's
Something
going
else
on.
happened?
Something else seems to have happened. I want to know.
If something else did, we'd let us know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not out here trying to stir the pot even more than I already have, but I don't take kindly to people talking down on my people ever.
Nope.
I stick up for my people, unlike some others.
Facts. So one person was being an asshole.
So, yep, there was somebody being an asshole. All right, cool.
Was it in your stream or was it like on social?
I mean, regardless.
Well, if it's on X or something, I can go have words.
People have some fucking nuts, man, because I promise you, and I'll say it right here on fucking camera, don't step to me. Don't ever make a threat at me. There was a threat made by somebody very specific. I won't call his name out just to make sure I save his ass. I don't do that. During a stream on Twitter. Fucking dude, people. Here's the thing about these fucking asswads that get on the fucking internet and think that they are of some moral superiority because they have a fucking keyboard in front of them. Like, bro, you're nothing. The people who get up on a screen, and this is not saying anything to anybody that's in our comments or whatever, but we're the people who have the balls to even get on the fucking screen and talk about literally anything at all. So the people who are sitting behind the comments, especially behind like a fake fucking picture, no offense, Steve, you are the most irrelevant pieces of shit on earth. And the fact that you have to get on the internet to do that and make yourself feel big shows how truly small you are in the world. You want to step to the plate in real life? Mortal Kombat is a thing. We can make that fucking happen. I'm not making threats. I'm making promises. Don't come to me if I come over there and try to shake some shit up because you will not leave looking pretty.
I just don't understand why people go out of their way to talk down to other people to make themselves feel, because it doesn't actually make you feel better. You might get a little mini boost of endorphin when you hit send on and or like thinking you're cool, but in reality you're not. Like it's hurting you by saying shit like that to people. But no, you have your name up there though. It's the people that put up a fake picture and then also have a fake name and cower behind a ghost account or a burner account, whatever they want to call it, because they don't want to put their.
The government doesn't know who I am. Like, do you not think that they can't find your IP address? You fucktard. Like,
so sorry you're going through that, brother. But
yeah,
as Colby has alluded to, and we've both said, we got your back. We're here for you, and we appreciate you, bud.
Fuck you. Fuck you. No.
So the Julian Wirtz rumor thing got going again, and according to several unnamed reports, he's the one that we have identified by Pep himself. These people have apparently amazing connections, and I've heard from Pep himself that Wirtz is the guy they want to bring in to replace Kevin. Then more reports, allegedly, and I'm putting this in air quotes if you're listening, allegedly, Leverkusen is trying to get him to sign an extension that would include $125 million pound, whatever. Be active in 2026. But but it's up to Wirtz if he wants to sign the extension or not. So this one apparently doesn't want to go away.
Nope.
Would I love to have him? Abso-freaking-lutely. He's a terrific player. He scores goals. He assists. He's a great player. There's a reason why everybody wants him. But does he want to leave Germany? And does he want to come to City? To be determined at this point. So until he says and his people say that he's ready to leave and he doesn't sign the contract extension and asks to leave, I'm going with the assumption that he's not coming here. Because it's going to take a very large fee to get him, which we have money for. But
they're talking about 125 million euros, bro. Like that is he worth that?
That's the thing. He's 21, lots of room to grow still.
There's that part.
But like that's like the going rate now because Chelsea paid more than that for Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, and I think Wirtz is a better player than both of those guys
put together.
So 125 actually might be a steal. But Coco Mel, yes sir. Bad life in full effect, baby.
Go get it, son. Thanks for stopping in though.
If Wirtz comes to Wirtz, we ain't getting him.
Exactly.
Yes,
dude, your fucking wordplay is next level. Can I get some of that knowledge? I need it. I just want to be able to like spit those things out on the fly.
Right?
Oh no, fucking Luke's top notch, dude. Of everybody that stuck around after my little meltdown, he was there, and I'll never not remember that. So yeah, Luke is
appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Right here. Do one of these, like from the bear. Yeah,
right.
That means I'm sorry. Sign language.
Yes, it does.
So I'm not saying I'm sorry. I don't have a reason to say I'm sorry, but you're right here. You right here, bro. Oh my god.
So not only was Wirtz getting thrown out there quite up by pretty much everybody, but so was Charles de Ketelaere, who plays for Atalanta.
Another Atalanta player. Okay. Not Ederson.
He's also young. He is a 6'4" attacking mid / striker. So he is a big boy. I like him a lot. I don't know if he's a Kevin replacement, but he would be a very serviceable and good get if we could get him to come here. But again, all of this timing-wise seems awfully convenient considering we were going into a very big Champions League match in Madrid. We know how the Spanish media like to stir things up. So more names continue to get thrown out, even though we're nowhere remotely close to the summer window opening. And these players are all under contract. It's not like they're like Kevin is right now, where he does not have a contract for next year. And you actually start thinking about those kind of things. But these younger guys all are wanted by their current clubs, trying to get extensions done, nor have any of them said that they want to leave yet. So the continuing of spewing names out just for clicks and to circulate rumors, it's just, I don't give much weight until we get a little bit closer, until I hear from the players that they're ready to go.
Somebody sound, not somebody who just who the fuck. There's so many times where I see people take info from like this random person that hasn't ever been right on anything or just popped up.
Because you have a blog
and like Jack Hogan or fucking Fabrizio Romano, like I don't want to hear it.
Everybody with a blog is now an insider.
Oh yeah, everybody. Really? It's so funny.
Because you got a blog and you paid money to have a site, you are official enough to be used as a source for people, which is just crazy to me.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you see us, we don't even say anything until there's something serious on the table. And usually more often than not, we sit here and laugh at the rumor mill. So, yeah.
Actual facts that are coming out is that our young attacking mid from Argentina, Claudio Echeverri, is going to be joining this week and joining the first team for the remainder of the spring season. During that time, Pep is supposed to be evaluating him to see if he's ready for first team minutes and to stay with the first team, or if they're going to look to send him out on loan for a season since he is a little bit younger. However, he was absolutely lighting up the U20 Common Bowl championship. So, from all accounts, if he comes over, continues being in that kind of form, and is physically ready for the demands of the champions of the Premier League and English football, I don't see why we send him out. But that's for Pep to decide. But I am very much excited about his prospects and getting him over and start training with the first team. We need a fairly large refresh at this point in the midfield with some younger legs and some fresh ideas when it comes to attacking play and creativity in those spaces. So I hope he's everything that people are claiming he is at this point, because we haven't seen him a lot. We've seen highlight packages where you only get they're highlight packages for a reason. You're putting out all the good, but we don't really get a chance to see a full match of his right now because of where he plays previously. So I'm looking forward. Thank you, Steve.
It's funny you said that. Not you, him. Funny you said that, because there was something I was thinking on just over the last couple of days. There are so many people that get on the internet, specifically on X, and just throw out all of these, like, we need him, but then forget that we have people elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think people really think it all through when they say stuff.
They think of something emotionally and then just
It's an emotion. Exactly.
Hit send as fast as possible because they think it's going to get them a bunch of likes and comments and it makes them feel good. Bro, you need to get yourself a TikTok or something, dude, and get yourself, like, film yourself doing these kind of things.
Oh my God, it would kill.
It would kill. You could get your whole stand-up show going at this point.
Literally.
That's how people get big now is off social media shit. So
I'm gonna have Steve Black start writing me some material.
there you go. Well, we have his email now. Once we get his email in,
whenever that shows up.
So
I'm
Claudio coming soon. I'm excited about him. He should be a welcome addition, and we do have options already, so we don't have to rush him in. Sometimes it's a good thing though. Kushinov got rushed in, and he's performing extremely well right now. So I think we're going to see, like I said, going to see a lot more of him, especially this Sunday since we have Liverpool on the docket. And we know what they're not in the greatest of form though. They've been dropping points recently. And we're the last game on Sunday, and the other piece is Nottingham Forest plays right before us, and they are right above us. So we need one to get some points, maybe not drop points, but to continue to push the pace with staying in the top four. Liverpool obviously need these 3 points to keep widening their lead over Arsenal. So big
was
match.
Fun to see this week, actually.
Yes,
good one.
Yep,
nice one. Yeah, that was really fun to see that little video of them at training, just kicking back and forth and fucking off. Like, it's cool to see the old guy bringing in the guy who doesn't know how to speak any English at all, and is I would like to call it like a telepathy bond. Because I'm not sure that. I mean, Scott Carson clearly does not speak Russian or what other dialects of said language. Sometimes
you don't need words to communicate. You just need body language and eye contact.
Yep, that's big facts. It's highly possible, and being that they dropped some points today to Villa, and it making it a bit of a tighter race, with Arsenal specifically.
They almost dropped all the points. Daniel Malin damn near won it with like the last kick of the game. He was like 3 inches from putting it
It
into
still
the
blows
back
my
of the
mind
net.
that he's in the Premier League. I still think he's on fucking Dortmund's team.
Dortmund, I know, right?
Yeah. I had a feeling he was going to look good coming in the Premier League. One of those guys that I wish we may have just even taken a glance at, because he does provide something that's needed. I'll say needed.
You're not wrong.
Just a spark.
Little
So yeah, let's look in whole at Liverpool. What do we need to do in order to get this? We need this one. We need Tottenham just as much, but we really need these 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the changes do you think? Also, you guys in the comments, what are some changes you think we're going to see come Sunday?
I hope Holland's ready to go. I think that'll be a big piece because I think Marmoush is more effective with a target forward with him instead of just being the lone guy up front. I thought maybe with Holland coming out and not being available, that we might see a more fluid, dynamic front and attacking situation against Madrid, and they maybe struggle because Tony Rudiger loves a physical matchup, a bit, a wrestling match almost with Holland. So having somebody a little more shifty, I thought maybe, this will work where they can be a little more fluid, but that would mean they would have actually like ran hard and been fluid. We were not that today. So I hope Holland's back so we can see more of him and Marmoush working off of each other. I think that combination and that pairing can be very, very important for us. I think we're going to need Kev. If he's healthy, he needs to start, even if he can only give us 60. This coming in for the last 15, 20 minutes thing right now, not really going to make an impact, especially if we're already down 3-0. We need his incisive passes in there. So I would hope we see a little bit younger midfield. Nico's got to stay in there. Kev gets in there. I would like to see Doku maybe get some more run. I think we're missing some pace on the outside. Savinho seems to be, at least today anyway, was tucking in centrally a little bit more, so we didn't have a whole lot of width being provided. As good as Kushunov was defensively, he's not a right back, so he made runs. He was trying to get up there, but that's not part of his game yet. He can still develop that, but he's not somebody you're expecting to put crosses in.
Very, very raw.
Yeah, so we were lacking a bit of balance when we were going forward. There wasn't somebody really an option to play off of him when Savinho would cut in or Bernie would cut in. There was just no real option out wide. So I think we got to get a little more balance to our offensive attack. Maybe get Savinho out there and Doku together. Push Phil in there in the middle a little bit more instead of having him play out wide so much. And maybe get Kev a little bit more run. But I do like the idea of Nico and Kovacic kind of playing in that middle space. And with the keeper position, I don't think we gave up 3 goals. I don't think Ederson is at fault for any of those.
And the way that Ortega has performed in his last couple of outings, I don't want to see him back in. Especially it's not because I don't like him. It's because I saw the confidence get knocked off the top of his head.
Yeah. And we know that Liverpool isn't just going to sit back like Real Madrid did.
No.
They're going to go full press. So we're going to need our keeper with good feet to be a part of the build-up, and those long balls from Ederson that he's become known for, I think are going to be super important. So we're going to need to have his feet to play through the press at this point.
I just don't want to see us get in any positions where Ederson has to play out so far from the goal again. That scares the absolute shit out of me with him at this point. I don't trust him beyond the 6-yard box.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have anything that happened like what happened today on it was Mbappe's second goal, I don't want to see him out ever again.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there is 2 back, I want to see him in the 6-yard box. I feel like he has. First of all, that prevents the chip in, because that's happened to us fucking too much. It's happened a lot recently, not with against us, just in general. But like,
Yep.
so maybe I'm blowing it up more than what it is, but all at the same, it's just like if you're gonna be that guy, stay back. You're supposed to be the best keeper in the world, one of them at least. Coming out to the 18, almost to the 18-yard line, if not further. Not unless everybody's like midfield. That's scary. Anyway, sorry. That was my little ramble.
You're good. You're good. Big news too for this is one Anthony Taylor is going to be our match referee and official for this one. Dude continues to get the biggest games, and I still do not understand why that is.
Well, you know exactly fucking why.
That's why it's hard for me to like. So I want to respect the referees, I do. But when you have guys like,
are you really
him,
saying that after that fucking email we just got from fucking U.S. Soccer?
to respect that, I do.
Do you?
But that's exactly the point. I do, but that's the point. It's hard. They make it hard to because their referees don't do their fucking job.
Right.
So you can't cry foul about getting abused and yelled at and all that shit when you don't do your fucking job. Learn the game first and foremost, man.
No, that side.
Like, if you don't want to be criticized, then
do your
the
fucking
shit
job
the right way. I mean,
and don't be biased.
And then it's frustrating because I respect what the referees do. It's a tough job. I wouldn't want to do it. I have done it before with basketball. It is not fun. But I get where they're coming from. But it's gotten to the point with professional referees and all the way down to the youth level where you can't even critique them without being called out for abusing them and being disrespectful. You can't even like say anything. It's to like even the commentators and coaches can't say what they really want to say about the refereeing in post-match game and post-match pressers and things like that for fear of getting fined or suspended or any of this shit. So you can't even do anything to these guys. And then they keep doing a shitty job and keep getting rewarded. So it's mind-boggling to me.
This is lack of accountability in society.
Exactly.
Flat out. There's
yes.
Yeah,
it is coming.
I respect. I can respect somebody coming into a game and wanting to, like I said, be unbiased. I respect them wanting to, if they're doing so, teaching lessons along the way, especially at the grassroots level. Obviously, we're not going to see that at the professional level, but at the grassroots level, like, then I can respect it. But when you're making stupid calls just to make them, just to get the game over with, I got a problem with that because you're not teaching.
Or you don't even know the damn rules.
Or there's that. Well, that's more so over here. Let's be real. But yeah. Accountability, continuity. There's a lack of it. It sucks when we do get games like this where we have somebody like Anthony Taylor, knowing that he has squashed games for us in the past, in light of whatever red team we might be playing. We just got to go out and play our fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stop
the same level of energy that we brought with
footing around. Let's play some inspiring ball. That's what I want this weekend. If we can get to we're at Anfield, aren't we? Or are we home? We are at home. We are at home. They're in our house, right? We just came off a real shitty loss, the biggest competition of the season. It's good one, Steve. It's high time we either turn this fucking ship around or let it just sink for the fucking rest of the season. Yes, obviously we need to keep our heads above water just to stay in fourth, but it's it's do or die time, guys. It's just do or die time. This is a massive, massive next two matches that will really help determine how our season will end. We still have some tough matches on the way out, but comparatively to the rest of the league, our slate out is not that bad.
We're going through the tough stretch now, and then the rest of it is there's much easier matches going down. But considering the way we've been playing, hard to say anything's going to be an easy one, but it's not as daunting as what some of the other clubs that are in the top half of the table have to deal with. So,
yeah. All right. Well,
then we're at Tottenham on Wednesday.
That's our little spill for City and Community. We're just going to hang around here for a few minutes. Steve has really been the only one talking to us, even though it says there's 12 in here currently.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Quality over quantity for us.
Steve can waffle with us.
So, Steve, since you're still here, and Colby, I'm sure you'll appreciate this. I had next level of what did I call it with Zach? Next level like laziness today that I wanted to share with you guys. Because as you guys know, I'm going to Disney World into Florida with the family, flying out Friday morning. So we're in full like pack mode, doing laundry, all those kind of things, getting packed up. I thoroughly do not enjoy folding laundry. I just did a lot of mine, and so they're kind of just piled up. All the clothes kind of piled up in the baskets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of rifling through the baskets of clothes to find my socks, I just went and hopped on Amazon and ordered myself a fresh pack of 12 count of socks to be delivered tomorrow for the trip, so I didn't have to go finding matching pairs of socks in my laundry. So, yay for me. That's some straight laziness right there.
I need to teach you how to pack.
I know how to pack. I just didn't feel like going through it and finding all my damn socks.
No, I feel that.
So it's when they arrive, they'll be nice, fresh, and brand new. Who doesn't love like that first time you put on the sock? Like,
100%. You know what I don't like though? When they're super fuzzy inside and it's hot, and my feet are hot in them all day, and then I pull them off, and my foot looks like Yeti took and left his fur along with it.
Truth. Thankfully, the weather for us does not look like it's going to be like 80s. It's going to be low to mid 70s pretty much every day we're down there. So I'm hoping that my feet won't be too sweaty.
Well, and
my family would also appreciate that too, considering we'll all be in the same hotel room.
Sure.
So, Steve, yes. If I ordered the wrong size, you're spot on. If I didn't do that, would be then I would have spent the money and still had to go find all of said socks.
Wait, what size shoe do you wear?
13.
How in the fuck? Hold on a second. We almost wear the same size, and you're a whole fucking foot taller than me.
You got some big feet, bro.
I
You know what that means, Steve.
thought about doing something really disgusting just then, but I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm gonna leave that in my 8th grade memory. That's how bad that was. Okay. Yeah, I hope you have a good time in Florida, you fucker.
Super excited. Got one more day of work.
I'm happy
Nuts.
I'm happy you get to go do something and relax and vacate
Oh my gosh.
life. If there's one person aside from my significant other who absolutely needs it, it's you. Yeah, I'm gonna miss you, but
Did you confirm?
yes,
Hey.
but in place of Joe over the next couple of episodes, we will be bringing on Evan, or I will be bringing on Evan Dupre from Citizen Fancast. He's going to be my co-host for the next couple of episodes. Super excited about that. My first time getting to co-host with him and not just have him on as a guest. So super excited about that. But I am going to miss your energy.
Yeah.
A little bit.
For big matches too. It's unfortunate, but
Yeah.
definitely need a
which means
reset myself.
I'm gonna have to delete your contact for a week. You know that, right?
Yeah, I probably won't be responding much. So
Just toss away your phone or put it on airplane mode and just take pictures and only turn it on when you need it for a good reason.
yeah. Time to detach from reality for
detach from reality.
For solid 7 days with
Do I? Do I?
This is the next one that made me laugh. That's coming up.
Yep. Listen to me. If you don't come home with something stolen,
we're gonna have words.
We're gonna have words.
I did make sure that the whole fam is packing their city kit from this season. So we're gonna get some nice family photo ops with everybody in their city kit at
in front of the castle.
Right in front of the castle, or I haven't decided which park we're gonna wear them to, but we're one of the parks, probably either Epcot or Magic Kingdom, because they have the two like really big centerpiece like things.
You said Magic Kingdom, and I got thrown back to 1997, and I heard Tragic Kingdom in my head.
Yup. Hey,
you're welcome. It was there. There the whole time, to be fair, but
thank you for ordering something for Ollie. I appreciate
yes, thank you for putting that order in. Really, really appreciate it. I hope he enjoys it. Or wait, how old is he? She.
I'm pretty sure he's Aiden's age, I believe.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
very cool.
I think so. I think he's 7 or 8, if I'm not mistaken.
They are right on par. Well,
yes, indeed.
Aiden's closer to 9 now. Jesus Christ.
Right? Elliot just turned 10, and Jordan's going to be fucking 14. I have a high schooler next year, man. 7. I was right. Okay. Beautiful.
I wanted to rewind.
I would, dude. Exactly. Especially with like Facebook memories whenever they pop up, because I just get reminded like every day about the old days when they were younger and little ones, and man, time be flying.
I have a lot deeper reasonings, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I know.
I wasn't trying to throw it out to the world now. You know.
I do.
Yeah.
It's interesting that we're playing Liverpool this weekend, considering the transition that's happened with both of my kids now being
Scousers.
Members of said members of said academy now.
What is the last version of calling one a Scouser? Would it be a Scousess?
That's a good question. Steve, let us know.
Yeah.
or they all get lumped in with
or is it
the
just one
unisex
word?
type thing.
I still can't get over the fact that it's actually a food too. So it's just like, and I don't want to eat it now because of the name, even though it sounds good. Like what's in it? I still don't want to eat it. Just because I'm petty like that.
Right? Just because I'm petty.
Fucking Tom Petty. No, I won't back down.
That was good.
Was it? No, he said it's just Scouse. Scouse all the way around.
Food is
Lobscouse. That's even a weirder name. You're gonna have to break down what that means in Scouse. Because I feel like they have their own little bit of language compared to the lot of you. Like, whether you're Manc, Cockney, or whatever, like, they're just, like, way over there.
Facts.
Literally and figuratively. Yeah.
When does Aiden's season kick off?
Fucking 2 weeks.
First tournament?
Yeah. Fucking 2 weeks. Next is his first tournament.
First weekend in March?
Yeah. I don't remember whose tournament it is though.
Yeah. First weekend in March. Oof.
Yeah. Little preseason tournament. They did something similar the beginning of this season. Just to kind of see where things were on the early on. And dude, we where that team went from in that playoff tournament to where they went as far as winning their like the big tournament, one we were all in.
Mm-hmm.
It was a night and day, but now I'm kind of scared for them because from what I understand, and I haven't gotten confirmation on it yet, is that they're pushing them up from EDP to Division 2. And I'm scared for how the morale of these kids are going to be after this half of the season being a division up. It's going to
step
weird.
Up in competition.
Yeah, it's going to, and not weird in the sense of like because it's new competition. Weird because those boys are so used to dominating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a couple of matches, Liverpool and Dortmund specifically, where they got out.
Took one on the chin.
Yeah, they took a hard one on the chin. But as far as the rest of the teams go, they ran pretty much through them. So I mean, the competition is needed. It's going to help with their, building the types of players that they're going to be. I just would hate to see them knocked off their horse coming from winning that tournament, the Columbia tournament, to doing that.
The next piece.
Yeah.
Yep.
But when I went over practice a couple weeks ago, the boys all look good and in form. A lot of them were playing a winter sport, whether it be basketball or something physical, like wrestling, just to build up their physicality and whatnot. But I'm excited to see what they'll do in the second half of the season. I hope the best for my kid. He's been pushed back to defense, and ball skills are needed.
Right.
You need ball skills. But luckily I got him on that dribble up, and he's been playing with it more and more and more. And I think he's starting to understand a little bit better. He said last night he got a really nice compliment from his coach. So hopefully there's been some progress there, and he continues to do it. What about your girls? When's that start for them? Right when you get back?
Well, had we had we not been going to Disney World this weekend, Jordan would have had her first 2 games this weekend with Liverpool with the 2010 age group. She's going to be helping out in goal for their older team. So if we weren't in Disney, we would be playing this weekend. but she's now got her card, so she's good to go. Her team has a tournament the weekend we get back from Disney, so we're waiting to get. Now that she's carded, I'm waiting to hear from Coach on whether or not she's needed for that or not, because they have a full roster already. So it's not like they have a keeper currently, so it's not like they're dying. But it's in Williamsburg, so it's I would have to get another hotel and drive down there probably Friday evening. And Elliot still has a few more indoor games at SoFi out in Columbia, and then her first tournament is the second weekend in March, 8th and 9th. And they just got bumped up to a higher division. Disney World is in Florida.
Time out. What I want to teach people something. Okay,
go.
So how you know the difference between Disney World and Disneyland is that the airport or city code is in the name. So Disney World is in Orlando, so ORL. Disneyland is in LA, land. Got it? Now you know.
And spread the word. Brandon's daughter is also on the same team, so that's why he's saying she's in.
Oh, okay.
And then and then Disney World is also significantly bigger than Disneyland.
Significantly. Yes.
So Elliot's she kicks off in a couple of weeks, and then Jordan is going to be pretty much right back at it after we get back from vacation. The nice thing is they're going to be training same day and right after each other. So I won't have practice 4 nights a week this time. It'll be
you just have it for fucking 2.5 hours.
3 hours.
3 hour block. Yeah.
5 to 8, pretty much.
Get off work, go to practice. Stay there, don't have dinner until, like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then, eat something stupid, and then you got fucking heartburn all night, and just adult problems.
Exactly. I get to hang out with Brandon. So, yeah. Yeah, they got them all over the place. They
have one in Japan now, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Paris, China, they've got one. Tokyo's got one. Tokyo Disney.
China's got one.
That's pretty sure.
That's weird.
So
you know what else is weird? Flexing that you're number one in that country.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I'm number one in a communist country. Yay!
By some random ass website with no credibility.
Zero credibility.
Don't mind us.
Don't mind. Yeah, we're waffling.
So we're about to kick it right off here pretty soon with both of us jumping right back into soccer dad mode. And with Jordan on the new team, I'll be taking a step back from the coaching side and just get to be dad. At least with the team, I'll still be obviously coaching them on what their coaches would like.
Right.
Not from the sideline. I'm not that guy. I'll yell at the referees 100%. But
sir,
yes. Brandon has heard me say "sir" numerous times to referees, so he can vouch.
I tell kids to get up.
Well, if they're diving unnecessarily, then it is what it is.
I'm an ass. Apparently, you can't keep kids accountable in today's game.
Nope,
it's not a thing.
Nope. So, about to ramp up here for us both. I'm excited, ready to get back out on the outdoor pitch. The indoor is fine and everything for LA to have games on the weekends for that, but I'm definitely looking forward to getting back outside, getting on the big pitch again. Get a little normalcy because the routine is nice of being able to.
Those of us who are proper do call it football, but on the whole, we generally just call it soccer because you guys actually made that term up. and that's what we use it because that was the name that was given to us until you changed it back to football because you hated it. Us using it, I think, is what happened there. Is correct me if I'm wrong.
Generally speaking, it's soccer for everybody over here.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's not a lot of people that want to be cultured from where the game was originally created, which that irritates me to a certain degree, because it's just suffice it to say American arrogance. But that bone I will pick forever. I don't like being. I'm not saying that you are. Just so we're clear. I don't like when people, especially over there, like, oh, soccer, here's the word soccer. Like, dude, you guys invented it.
We didn't come up
You
with
invented the word. We didn't.
And,
good, I know. I hope that you did.
Yeah, we might. Can't contain myself. What can I say? A little extra playtime and touches on the ball for the girls. So
I want to go play.
Right?
I want to go play now. Can we? I want to go be a difference maker. I want to go shoot in the
Hop on
goal
FIFA.
that we didn't. Right? I can't. Listen, the moment I can get to playing you and Stu, I'll be happier. Honestly, I can't sit there and play career mode anymore.
Mhm.
I'll bang everybody away 12-0. And it's just or more. It's not fun.
I'm not sure when I didn't do FC 24, so this is the first one I got as a
What's the
FC game instead of FIFA. But the last FIFA I played did not have this new mode that they have for, and it's probably not new for people who play the game every year. But for me, I found Rush, which is part of Ultimate Team.
I don't play that. So
And it's 5v5
mm.
and small sided. So it's like you get in and you get matched up with 3 other people, and you 4 are the outfield players, and that's like the AI as the keeper, and you play against another team of 4. So if you can get like 4 of your homies together, you can get in a lobby together and then just play together in like a 5-a-side game. Super fun. It's been very much fun.
Interesting.
It's a nice change of pace for what you kind of said with when you play like the regular modes and you play the computer and you win 8-9-0. It's a nice change of pace to play a little 5-a-side. And you get to pick whatever player from your team that you have, so you get to mix and match, and it's
I want to say I
pretty
think
fun.
I watched Aiden play this because he's got
it's a small pitch, and and the announcer is far superior. It's the Spanish guy, and he announces it like he's like you hear on Spanish broadcasts. So
all I can hear is goal.
Yeah, but yes, golazo is what happens when you score one. And it's absolutely phenomenal. So if you haven't tried Rush on Ultimate Team on FIFA or FC 25,
check it out.
Highly recommend.
Highly
recommend.
I like red cabbage.
Steve, what is Steve waffling about over here?
I don't know. Apparently, I don't bang people. I have a child.
Little do you know, Steve-O.
Yeah, we are. Why the fuck are you?
No one's forced you to be here, bro. Thanks for boosting our numbers for a very short period of time. Yeah, hanging out, I guess. Yeah. But there's other shit on YouTube if you're
it really
that
is.
bored.
If you're so fucking bored, like,
and you're sporadically jumping in here. This is so random.
Right? Yeah. You only show up when we lose, which makes you kind of a tool, to be honest. Like,
oh, you noticed that too.
Yeah, but all right, check it out. We've been bouncing this thing at almost an hour and a half. I think it's time to go ahead and blow the whistle. Like I said, I'll be back here on Sunday and Wednesday with Evan to wrap out about Liverpool and Tottenham while Joe's on vacation. Get fucked. Until
comes
then,
from a place of love.
Of course, always. Until then, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bells, all that good bullshit. Make sure you're following us on social media. Steve, make sure I get that email. I'm going to give you 2 more reminders before I pass it on if I don't get an email.
I dropped it in the chat for him earlier too.
You did.
Our email again, so
you did.
Hopefully it goes through this time.
Yeah, that part.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you, man.
Holly Bobs.
I dig
I like that. I like that. All right. Yeah. Till next episode. Deuces. We'll leave you with some we'll do this one. We don't give a fuck 'cause we're all pissed off. The MCSC, okay.